But we are grateful we are still alive. How many of you know that some people packed to the village? I know some people that packed to the village. How many of you know? No, say it with boldness. Don't front that prayer they've not answered it. How many people know that people packed into the village because they cannot foot their bill? But you're here today smiling, wearing fine clothes, looking all gorgeous. Hey, give God the glory. Do you know there are so many people who don't have fare to come to church today, but you're here today? There are things that you think that doesn't matter, but they matter a lot. When you form the habit of thanking God for every single thing He does for you, He knows that you're a grateful person, and He begins to do more for you. Let's turn our Bibles to Lamentations chapter 3. The sin of ingratitude. Before we read it, the Bible talked about 10 lepers that came to Jesus. How many people know the story? Leprosy, I don't know whether it's worse than COVID-19 or whether COVID-19 is worse. But these people came to Jesus. They were 10 in number. 10. And the Bible said Jesus healed all of them. And they all got happy. The first person got up, full of joy. He remembered there was a house in his village he was building. He did not complete. He said, let me go home and go and finish the thing. He ran off. The second one maybe remembered, there's this girl I wanted to marry. This thing came upon me. I didn't finish the dowry. Let me go back and go and finish. He zoomed up. The third person came with, because the enemy is very good at reminding you of the things you should have done. The third person maybe came up and said, this food I've not been eating it very well because they wanted us to be separated from other people. Let me go home and begin to eat everything I missed. He ran out. The fourth person went. The fifth person went. The sixth, the seventh, the eighth, even the ninth person remembered what he did not get before now. He zoomed. One told himself, wait, am I actually clean? So there are no more corocoros on my body. So my clean skin have come out. So I'm now looking all beautiful and handsome. Hey, before they refused that I would come near people. Hey, I remember all these things. He began to think. Then his thinking made him to go back to Jesus to say thank you. It was one out of the 10 that came back to say thank you. Now listen to what Jesus said. Jesus now extended the blessings to his generation because he came back to say thank you. He didn't just zoom up like every other person. He came back to say, I'm grateful. Doctors gave me up. I'm grateful that you healed me. My family gave me up, but I'm grateful you healed me. Let's turn. Lamentations chapter 3. I read from verse 22. When you begin to think, you begin to thank God. And when you begin to thank God, He begins to pour His blessings. You'll be wondering why you're not blessed. Because next Friday and next Sunday is our Thanksgiving. Please, as you come with people. Let them come and rejoice with you. Because God has spoken word concerning you. I'm telling you, the second half of this year will be glorious for COG.
Amen.
You stop the fast, but I'm still on the fast. Because unto you are blessed, I am not blessed. Lamentation chapter 3 verse 22. His compassion never fails. It is only the Lord's mercy that has kept us from complete destruction. His compassion never fails. Great is His faithfulness. His loving kindness begins afresh every day. Hey, that means He expires at night. Once it's 12 o'clock a.m., new mercies come in. New of His faithfulness arrives. New of His mercy arrives. It is only God, that's what the Bible says. It's only God that His compassion never fails. It's only God. I can remember many years, but I will never forget it. I will never forget it. Let me just run my life a little bit. Just like I told you people on Friday, I started having suitors at the age of 13. People were coming. I know that I have a destiny. And if you have a destiny, you must be careful. You don't just marry anybody that comes. I kept fighting. Then when I got my shot, I began to pray. If somebody starts coming for me, 3 days I will not eat. I'll ask God, tell me who this person is. Reveal this person to me. And so many times he has proved himself strong and mighty. By the time I'm done, lot of stories surrounding them. Things that people cannot see with their eyes, God showed me. They kept entering into those errors for God to save me. Finally, at the age of 31, I became restless. It's now time for me to get married. What did I do? As a young girl in Abuja, I got my check, I wrote money for a ram. And I went, after a long fast, I went before I came to church. I walked from the back, I asked people to join me. I danced from the back, I came, I dropped it at the altar. And the man of God said, because I was assisting him in Abuja, he said, what are you thanking God for? I said, by the end of the month, I will tell you. It was on the 27th of June. I did it before 27. It was on the 27th of June. I met my husband. You don't know what Thanksgiving is all about. You don't know the mysteries in Thanksgiving. Thanking him for what I have not seen. Believing that he would do it. And he came through for me. How would I forget that on the theater where I lay and they were operating me after I lost my baby, all of a sudden I heard I didn't know where I was. My elder brother entered the theater, he said he thought I fell asleep. No, I went off. But God's mercy brought me back. When I came back, I said, there's kabashing at the theater. I started calling God names. I started telling him how much I love him. Many people go and they don't come back. I am grateful to God. It's not because I'm more spiritual than any other person. It's not because I know how to preach more than any other person. It's not because I'm living a holy life. No, his mercies are new every morning. How many times do you take time to thank him? Even at the death of my first child, I still went with a cow with tears in my eyes. I went to the altar to thank him for that child dying. You might not know the pain of losing a child. I did not live a careless life. No, I married as a virgin. And a virgin, a pure virgin that has never kissed. It was my husband that did everything. Now, I took it. It got delayed. After marriage, it got delayed. I now took him and the baby died. People tell you, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Save the money for other things. No, but I remembered, if he opened up my womb, he can do it again. So why don't I thank him for opening it up at all? One of our family friends said, let God just give me one. When she came to see me, let him give and take it, I'm okay. So that people will stop laughing at me that I'm a barren woman. But God took it, and I still went to thank him with a cow. You say, Lord, it's very painful, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful you opened it up. I'm grateful you took it. At the process, he began to ask me questions. Do you not have the ability to bring that baby back? I said, yes, you are God, you can do anything. Because until you understand who this God is, you will not joke with him. Every second of your day, you begin to thank him. The problem with us is that we don't even know how big this our God is. And we don't even know what this our God can do. He's the only one that has the ability to raise the dead. The only one. He's the only one that went 3 days on the ground and rose up after 3 days. Every other person that tried it, nature defiled him. It was only our God. And after he died and rose again, God gave him an honor that is higher above every other one. And because he has gotten that honor, he will honor us. Only if you can learn to thank him. A grateful heart can never lack. I'm a living testimony. A grateful heart can never lack. Have you opened your mouth to thank God and he didn't do it? I told him, yes, I know you can do it. Even when I lost my mom, I didn't understand it. Jesus. I still thanked him. The entire family thanked him. We might not understand the mystery, but on that day, he will show us everything. Finally, some months later, I took it again. Because the first one I lost was a girl. A girl came back. There is nothing God cannot do for you. If you have a grateful heart, there is nothing he cannot do for you. How much do you thank him for what he has done for you? How many of you? Even when you're divorced, thank him that the man or the wife did not kill you. I was watching the news the other day. It's a very sad story. A man killed the wife in America. I don't know what they said. The wife became a nurse and everything. Killed the wife and killed himself. Leaving the children out there. In whatever situation you find yourself in, give him all the praise. He knows about it. If he didn't approve of it, it will not happen. What he does not approve doesn't happen. So you need to wake up to this reality to know that if you begin to thank God, doors, heaven will pour out his blessings on you. The Bible said, his compassion never fails. The Lord is only the Lord's mercy that has kept us from complete destruction. That means there is destruction, but it wasn't complete because of the Lord's mercy. You cannot buy it if we ask you to buy. Do you know how many seconds we have in a day? 86,400 seconds in a day. How many do you use to say thank you? Did he call you before he created you? Did he consult you? Come, Pastor Victor, I want to create you. Come and tell me what you want. And he created you in his likeness and his beauty. And you've not even said thank you. That you're handsome, say thank you. That you're beautiful, say thank you. That you're tall, say thank you. You are short, say stop complaining, say thank you. That you're slim, say thank you. That you're big, say thank you. In everything, give him all the praise. But if you keep complaining, you will see that you begin to go down. And that is the modus operandi of the devil. To always give you reasons to complain. Haven't you seen it? She's dressing all fine and you can't even provide it. I said, God has failed me. Instead of thanking him for those shoes you don't have, there are people who don't have legs that can't even wear shoes they buy. He will tell you again, see, you're aging, you don't even have a husband. You will clock 40, you will clock 50, you will thank him that you're still single. There are people that are married that want to run out. In everything, give him thanks. That your children are wayward, thank him. Oh. There are some that pretend that they are godly, but they are rotten inside. Thank him. Because once you begin to form the habit of thanksgiving, you will see him. He will begin to mend every broken lives. He will begin to make anything that is broken in your family come back to normal. In everything, give him thanks. Let's turn our Bibles to 2 Timothy